Hello and happy birthday. Right, in amongst all the stuff I sent you, I put some of these just prototype boards. You can see they're just, if I can get the focus, just little copper pads on the board, and I also put some header pins in. Focus. Some header pins of various sorts, some double row ones and some single row ones, I think, some bent ones, some straight ones. Anyway, but basically they're just for practicing soldering on. Just a quick and easy way of doing it. You just bung them in the holes and solder them. Break off a few, if you don't want to solder the whole row, like so, and stick them through from this side. Stick them through. In whatever position you like. The short ends go through. I'll do them on the edge here because that's easier. Now you want to make sure they sit square on the board, so they're not sitting up like that or sitting down like that. So press them flat. And a good way to do it, you can do it either with your helping hands clip thing, I'll show you that in a minute, or just a little blue tack. We'll hold them there temporarily while you solder them. You only need to hold them while you solder 1 or 2 pins, and then you can take it off and do it. So you just make sure it's sort of, can't do it with the camera, make sure it's sitting flat and held in the right sort of position. Okay, does that look right? Just let me look off. That's down flat there and flat there. So let me lay it down there. I'll get in a bit closer with the camera and we'll see if we can do a bit of soldering. Hold tight. Right, that's fairly close, I think. Now you can see my tip is nice and clean. I've given it a wipe in my cleaner. I'll show you that in a bit. It's the brass mesh thing of just scraping the tip off. Anyway, there's the tip. Difficult doing this through the camera, but what you want to do is put a little tiny dab of solder on there. Just heat help the heat transfer, so not much. Put it on there, heat the pad and the pin, dab a little solder on, let it flow, take the iron off. So dab it on, warm everything up, flow a bit of solder on, like that. What you're doing, you're pushing the solder onto the pad and the pin, like that, not onto the iron. So you're heating it all up and then flowing the solder onto it. Well, if you can get around it now, let me try from this angle. Do it around there and hot it up and flow it on, and hot it up and flow it on. And as I say, once you've done 1 or 2 and it's all in position, you can take the bit of blue tack off or whatever you've been using. Sometimes you have to, oops, let me get it in focus, take the bit of blue tack off. Sometimes you have to stick it on a bit to get some of the bits off, but that's all nice and straight. Just finish off soldering that row like this. I'm using fairly thick solder for that. You can use thinner solder like this. I put you some thinner solder in as well. It works just the same. You just have to feed in a little bit more. And you're not looking to make a big blob of solder. You're just looking to make enough to get the things connected through. And I don't know if I can get a close focus on this. Let me see. Yeah, there you go. You see, they're not, actually they aren't good because I've been doing it through the camera. But if you look at the ones on the other side, they're a bit better. The ones I did earlier on, just as a quick test. Can we get a focus on those? Focus. Yeah, you can see they're not big blobs. they just sort of go up the side of the pins and make the connection. Those are a bit blobbier than they should be, but you know, they're not too bad. And I've got a connection across those two there. I have, haven't I? I've not spotted it, but in there when I was doing it, come on, focus down on that. I've got a solder bridge between these, so I just need to clean up between them like that. You can do it with the pin, do it with the soldering iron rather, like that, and that should drag it out. You can see there's just some shiny flux in there. Now there's no solder. Is the one on that one? Let me see. Yeah, there we go. The other way you can do it, of course, is with the solder sucker. If I do it deliberately, if I get some solder all over where we don't want it, use the big stuff, it's easier. Get a load of solder where we don't want it, so it's bridging pins. Oh, no, terrible. We don't want that. So you can use the solder sucker, which is this pumpy thing, you know, this... hang on, let me zoom out again so you can see what we're doing. Get out to about there. Right, solder sucker. Now the thing about this, when you're using it, you just push it down, and to do it you press the button. So you press the plunger down, press the plunger down until it clicks, and then what you need to do is you hold it down, you melt the solder like that, hold it down and push the button and it sucks it out. Now when you press it out again, when you push the button down again, you want to do it over a bin or something, because it's going to push out solder. Whoops, sucked out a bit too much solder, but it's going to push out solder. No, hang on, I'm going to have to pause and go back on this, hang on. Right, here I am back. Right, sorry, yeah, what I'm going to say, you melt the solder and you have to cock the thing, melt the solder and press the button and it sucks it out, so you get rid of that big blob. It's not generally the best way of doing it, and when you're pressing it out, there's, yours will work better, mine's getting a bit old, there's a little rod that comes out and clears the nozzle of the solder it's just sucked. But you make sure you do it over a bin, because as you can see, lots of little bits of solder come out and you don't want to get that all over the place. Right, yeah, so basically that is your basic soldering thing. Just solder a few pins in and see how you go. Don't worry if you make a mess of it, because, you know, that's what it's there for, just to practice with. So, you know, break some pins off, yeah, put them through from that side and solder them on that side. If you need any help or, you know, any tips, give me a buzz or send me a message and we'll see what we can do. All right. Have a nice night. Love you. Bye for now.